Alrighty, yo, what's going on, guys? What is happening? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a COD video. It's been a very long time since I made a COD video on this channel, but I'm sure, as a lot of you guys are familiar with right now, the Call of Duty Cold War beta is out. And yeah, I've been playing it a lot, and I thought I'd go ahead and make a class setup on one of my favorite guns in the game right now. If you want to skip straight to the class, just go like to a minute in. But yeah, I've been enjoying this game recently, and I've been liking this gun quite a lot. It is basically the Uzi, or the MILANO 821, I believe it's called. It is an absolute tank of an SMG. It is the more slower firing gun, but it has a very, very low amount of recoil, and it hits like a train. And I would say it has a pretty decent range out of all of the SMGs. Of course, there is the AK-74U, which is also absolutely amazing, but I think I do like this one right now, currently, a little bit more than the AK. But yeah, that's enough said about the gun. Let's go ahead and get into the class setup that I personally have been using and have found to be best. So I'm going to go over absolutely everything, and that is going to include the secondary, because secondaries in this game play a big part, in my opinion, in a lot of gunfights. But here it is, the MILANO 821 here, aka the Uzi, as most people are going to call it by, and you know what it's been called in most games. But now I like to use the micro reflex as my reticle. I don't like the iron sights on this iteration of the Uzi. I don't think it's great, so really personal preference there. If you're not going to use an optic, go ahead and use something else. Barrel though, definitely something you want to use here, and I believe the 9.5 inch, whatever you want to call it, barrel, takedown barrel here is the best. Plus 25% effective damage range. Really, you can't go wrong with that. It's going to help you just drop people at longer distances. I also have been using the steady aim laser. This really just helps with hip firing, because hip firing seems to be very good in this game, and I do it a lot. So yeah, field agent grip right here is what we're going to be using as well. Just all around best grip for when it comes to like recoil control, vertical, horizontal, plus 20%. Really, really good. It's just going to help you beam people at longer ranges once again. Now, handle. This is probably the most, I would say, important step for this class here. It's going to allow you to get a plus 20% in ADS speeds, which is just going to help all around the board, and it's going to really just win you more fights overall, so definitely be using that. Now, perks, we're going to be slapping on the perk greed wildcard, and we're going to be using tactical mask as well as flak jacket. Really just the best combo for saving yourself from concussions, landmines, proximity mines. Going to help you against the war machine, literally everything. Perk 2, we're going to be using assassin and the scavenger perk. Now, assassin is like really not the greatest of perks, but I don't feel like anything else in the blue category or perk 2 is really that useful aside from scavenger. I've just gone with assassin. You can really use whatever you want. Now, perk 3 here, we're going with ghost, and what is that? Cold-blooded, I believe. This is sort of a toss-up between Cold-Blooded and Ghost for me, or sorry, Ninja, and it's really up to what you want to use. I've been running Cold-Blooded and Ghost. I feel like that's probably more helpful and important right now. I don't feel like the footsteps are super loud in this game, so that's the perks I've been running. But if you want to use Ninja, of course, you can go ahead and do that. It's really personal preference. But yeah, the attachments that I listed for the guns is definitely what I would highly recommend using. Yeah, if you want to go back and have a look at that, be sure to. But there's just going to be a little bit of compilation of just me using this gun here and some tips and tricks for this. So obviously this isn't the fastest of shooting SMGs in the game. The MP5 and the AK definitely beat it in that area. So up close, you are probably going to get beaten out by an MP5 most of the time, if obviously the player hits their shots. But this Uzi definitely excels in the medium to long range areas, and even really just like the not medium areas, but in between your super close range and your medium, like basically that kill right there, those types of ranges where the damage here can really excel. But you can see right here, I'm beaming kids across, you know, a very long distance here in the middle of Miami, and this thing just absolutely drops. So definitely the range and the damage is great, and with that barrel adding that extra 25% effective damage range, it's going to help you a lot when winning those gunfights. And you can really compete with the AK-74U in those situations, and even maybe some of the ARs. But yeah, here some just more really long range kills with the Uzi. As you can see, that's definitely what this gun is great at. And I feel like Miami is one of those perfect maps where you've got a lot of medium ranges, and also on the left side of the map, it's a lot like it's got a lot more close range areas. So you can really pick and choose where you play that suits this gun best. And you really should be doing that on all maps, honestly. But you know, Miami is just one of those good ones. But it really works well with most maps. I would say probably Moscow is probably the worst for this gun. I don't know, but you know, there's still plenty of areas where it does do well. But yeah, that's basically it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. The rest of this gameplay at the end here is going to be a gameplay when I went, I believe, 64 and 11 on Cartel, using the Uzi, combination with the Uzi, the Spaz, and then of course my streaks, the War Machine, Chopper Gunner, where I dropped 64 and 11. 64 kills being the highest I've dropped in the beta so far. And this is probably the best gameplay I've gotten, in all honesty. But yeah, using on the back of the MILANO here that allowed me to go on that streak, and then I just snowballed with the War Machine and the Chopper Gunner that just absolutely destroys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe and drop a like on the video if you haven't already. I might be making more class setups. Let me know what guns you want to see down below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.
Target removed.
Enemy RCXD detected.
Deploying prox mine.
We lost the hard point. Hard point is secure. Hard point locked down.
War machine available. War machine's going live. Spy plane standing by. Chopper awaiting orders.
Spy plane NCL 50%. Hard point located. Have the hard point. Enemy spy plane inbound.
Established chopper gunner status.
Hard point locked down.
War machine going live.
Armed hostiles eliminated. Hard point located. 2 KIA. Keep applying pressure. We're ahead. Shots on target. Hardpoint is secure. Priority tasking requested.
Tango Mike swordfish.
Spy plane in the turn. We have eyes on. Spy plane flight time 50% on
Incoming frag grenade.
Now or never. Easy as no.
Drop them.
Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested.
Proximity mine planted. Proximity mine has been destroyed.
Victory is ours. En cada barrio, revolución.